I feel like I'm not living my purpose anymore. I feel like whatever I'm doing with my life is just existing. What up? What up, what up, what up? Welcome to Live to Tape. This is my audio journal, my safe space to express thoughts and opinions freely. It is unscripted, unedited, and completely unrestricted. Just a stream of consciousness, just hanging out, having a chat. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. I know it's been a long, rough week for some of you. It's nice to sit down and unwind when the weekend hits, you know. I've been trying to unwind. It's been a long week for me. I'm recovering well, thanks to everybody who asked. Thanks for those who listened to last week's episode where I described in great, gory, graphic detail the events of my triple hernia surgery. It's amazing. It's an amazing feat. Triple, 3 of them. Jesus Christ. But enough of that. That was last week. This is this week. I wanted to talk. We're going to leave that in because it's unedited, right? So normally I would edit out the coughs, but we're all friends here, right? I wanted to talk about midlife crises. Mainly because I think I might be in one. I don't know. I'm not quite at that midlife point yet. I am 38. If you are a young, pretty girl, don't judge me by my age. I'm still handsome. But I've been, and I don't know if it's just the conditions of the world or if the conditions of the world have exacerbated things or if it's just a combination of both or all. But I've just been feeling so lost in life lately. And by lately, I mean, even over the last year or so. I've always kind of, I shouldn't say always, because when I was younger, in my early 20s and stuff, I really didn't have a direction till I went back to college. Anyway, but at least then I was having fun. So I didn't care as much about my direction. It was just kind of living life, which you should do in your early 20s. You should feel comfortable to explore life a little bit, That's where you fuck around with girls or guys or whatever you're into. It's where you experiment with booze and drugs. It's where you try out different jobs and you hop around from job to job and you maybe move a little bit. You move around, move out of state even. That's the time to really live your life and figure out who you are and what you want to be. Just having a sip of my coffee there. It's good coffee. It's a store-bought, brought home cold brew brand. I love cold brew coffee. And you mix it with a little bit of cream. It's fucking delicious. But, and even over the last couple of years, I work in a corporate environment, and in that environment, it's encouraged to try to work your way up the ladder, up the corporate ladder, right? Everybody's working towards getting the next job or the next promotion, Nobody really gets promoted. You can kind of get bumped up to levels, I guess. But we're not here to talk about my corporate environment. But what I'm saying is I was kind of on a path of climbing the corporate ladder to success, right? And somewhere along the way, and it did kind of coincide with the pandemic, I just sort of hit a wall where in my job, like, I kind of realized, like, I don't want to keep climbing that corporate ladder anymore. I had switched departments at the job and, like, even had an interview for a management position at some point or a supervisor position. And that was kind of the goal. But the more I seen of it, the more I experienced it, it just wasn't for me. Both in, like, the supervisor, and then even when I switched departments to doing something completely different, like, even that was not what I thought it would be, reading the descriptions of the job and everything. So it was like I just hit a wall where I wasn't happy anymore, and I no longer wanted to work my way up to the next spot. I just kind of, like, felt like I was just there. And that feeling never really went away since. That was over a year ago now, a year and a half maybe, where I've been living in this headspace where I'm not fulfilled, not happy, not motivated. I drag myself into work every day. I wake up and I dread, like, fuck, it's Monday. Oh, fuck, you just work for the weekend, right? You wake up every day and you just go through the motions. I'm sorry for the coughing and stuff, but whatever, fuck you. But you just go through the daily motions and you just exist in the world. You go to your work, your 9 to 5. It's brainless work for the most part of what I do. It's something a computer can replace me at within the next 5 to 10 years. And you sit in a cubicle, and there's all these gross requirements that make you feel distant from your other coworkers, or I'm just done. I don't know if it's the job. I think it's a midlife crisis type situation where maybe that, and I'm not entirely sure, but I'm guessing because I just feel I feel like I'm not living my purpose anymore. I feel like whatever I'm doing with my life is just existing at this point. And for some people that's great. Like, everybody's got their own path. And for some people, that corporate environment, that corporate ladder, even without the ladder, just having a job that is steady, that pays your bills and allows you to put a roof over your head and food on your plate and go have a few beers on the weekends or wine and do fun things with your kids and put clothes on their back. Like, sometimes that's it for people. And I wish it was for me. I wish I could be content with what I have. And I'm never, ever content with what I have. I was talking with my buddy Dusty, and he was trying to get me to kind of look at it from that perspective of being grateful for what I have accomplished and what I do have. And I've never been able to do that. So I'm sitting in a position in a corporate environment where I don't want to move. I don't want to work my way up. I don't want to. And now, I've tried other departments. I've tried a few different jobs within this corporate environment, the same employer, different departments within the employer. You know, if you were to work at Walmart, you know, you're over in the electronics, maybe you want to go see what groceries all about, right? And then once groceries you know, when you feel that out, maybe you want to see what it's like to be the floor supervisor or the fucking checkout person or the cart boy or whatever the fuck. You get my point. But I don't have any ambition to like. There's no longer anywhere within that company that like makes me go, oh, that interests me. I would like to go maybe do that for the rest of my life. I don't want to do any of it for the rest of my life. And it's not laziness. Like, I don't want to not work. I don't, like, I feel like I need a complete career change. And that's got to happen. And that's where I kind of lean on the midlife crisis thing, because when you're pushing 40 years old, and I don't know if that happens around 40 or mid 40s or 50 even. I think it's early for me at 38, I would say. But though I don't expect to live till 80, so it probably is middle of my life. But it's like I either need a complete career change altogether, like, you know, jump into a completely different job environment, you know, not corporate, not cubicle, not computer, but maybe I'll end up not liking that too, because I've always kind of wanted to be able to support myself independently. You know, when I say I'm not living my purpose, like it kind of like I went to college to be a writer. I got a degree in journalism. I don't write for shit. I got a book. I wrote a book. You can buy it. It's on Amazon and Kindle and Audible. The Gathering, a bold journey into the belly of the Juggalo underworld. And I'm writing more books. But that's not what I'm talking about. So it's like, I want to, I guess, I don't know, maybe it would be, I don't know the specific job, right? But it would be maybe as a writer to just write books, or maybe it's writing for a magazine or a paper or a website, or honestly, I have a lot of fun just doing like writing up reviews and doing videos and doing podcasts, and like I'm a multimedia producer, you know, like I write, I do graphic designs, I do video work. Like, this is what I do. And doing anything else outside of that is just clocking in for a paycheck somewhere. You know, anything else I choose outside of that is just a paycheck. And I look around and it's like there's so many like freelance writers that can piece together a living just by writing, you know, making $100 here, a couple $100 there, $50 here and there, like writing pieces for websites and blogs and things like that. Books, you know, like I get a steady stream of income from my book. Like, it's not a livable income. Like, it doesn't pay like that. I'm not making bank off of it, but it's steady. You know, like every month it's about the same amount, you know, and it's not a lot. It's not life-changing by any means, but it's money coming in. So if I had a few more of those, or just a bigger one that actually like kind of blew up a little bit, wasn't so niche, reached more people, like, and I'm working on some projects like that I think will, but I feel like that's my purpose, to be a creator in just the broadest sense, because I haven't nailed it down, you know, and I don't think it's any one thing, because I even, you know, I have passions to paint. I've been in the NFT game and I'm having fun doing just designing art for NFTs on the computer. I like doing graphic design work. If you need a logo, I built a logo for my kid the other day. He wanted a logo for his YouTube. I made it. It's dope as fuck. It turned out so cool. It's like portfolio worthy, but all this shit, I just try to cram it in on the weekends, like even this podcast, and like try to cram all of my hobby work in on the weekends. Because by the time I get done with work on a weekday, I'm pretty like mentally exhausted. Like I kind of just, it's hard to do anything. Like it's hard to even drag myself to the gym or even to the store. Like I want to get home. I want to like put my pajamas on and I want to just fucking lounge. And I never used to be like that. I've always been pretty ambitious and I don't know, man. That's what I'm saying. I feel like it's a midlife crisis. And I got to wonder, I'm sure some of you are going through the same thing if you're around my age or maybe will or just kind of feel like that what am I doing with my life moment, like where you catch yourself waking up, going through the motions every day, and you're not really like, you're plugging into the machine, so to speak. You're not doing anything for yourself. You're not living your life. You're going and you're plugging into the machine so that the few hours that you have left free, you can afford to live the remaining life that you want to live. But I feel pretty resourceful, I gotta say. And, it's could be an overconfidence in myself or a pipe dream or high hopes, but I feel like between all of my various things that I do, I can piece together enough to replace my income. And I feel like that's something I might want to do, or maybe I just need to find a completely different job, or maybe I need to, whatever I do, I need to feel like I need to wake up with passion. That's the wall that I've hit in life. And that's where I'm at, a midlife crisis, so to speak, is that I've caught myself where I'm in a position now where I wake up every day and just groan. And I even thought a lot of it was depression. And I think some of it is. Depression will do that to you too. Because, a fully happy, not depressed person could probably find a way to get enjoyment out of getting up and going to work every day. I feel like part of me feels like I should be happy to have a job that affords me a decent life and my kids a decent life, but it's not enough for me. It's not. Like, I need to wake up and just go, oh, I'm excited for today. I want that every day of my life because quite frankly, I'm running out of days of my life. I am, like I said, I don't expect to live till 80. I could live to 100. Fuck, who knows? But, I'm overweight. I've spent a lot of my 20s in various states of mind, we'll say that. So, life's a lot of stress and just weight I carry around, physical, of course, as I mentioned, but like emotional and just, I burden myself with a lot. So, yeah, man, like I'm at the halfway point or less. And it's time that like I don't want to be, I don't want to die or be on my deathbed, where I'm plugged into the cancer machine and, I'm just trying to stay alive now at this point, or counting my remaining days and looking back at my whole life and wishing I did more, or wishing I changed things or took a chance or lived my purpose more, did what made me happy. I don't want to have that regret. So there's that emotional knee-jerk thought process. And then there's like the the more reasonable, rational, clinically thinking mind that would come in and kind of counter that with, well, you got steady paycheck, you make, you're doing okay for yourself. You definitely can use the stability of this kind of job, especially with kids and all of that. It's tough, man, and I share this with you because I think I can't be the only one. I'm sure a lot of you have felt this way at one point or another, or feeling this way now, or maybe, at some point you'll come into it over the next couple of years. Because I've also reached a point even where, like, I was able in the last, about 2 years ago now, I was able to get into a house from an apartment and on my own. I had a house when I was married, but that's, you get divorced and you got to start from scratch. So, I got here on my own, and that was kind of my big goal. And that was the point of going to work every day too, was to save and to, clean up credit and to get in a position to do that. Now I don't have anything to, like, I can always find things. Yeah, I want a Tesla. I want 5 more houses. You know what I mean? I want a bigger house. But, like, honestly, like, there's no, like, I don't have anything I even need to, like, I don't have any of those financial goals. I can find, you always have financial goals, but not like those big ones. I'm pretty well, like, I could maintain and be pretty happy, I think. So, I don't know. I don't know if it's time to take the chance, to take the leap, to bet on myself, to just jump out there and start looking for freelance work and finish writing. I got fucking probably 4 books in various stages of first drafts right now. And yes, I hop around creatively like that just for creativity. Because I got different kinds of books, I got very adult-oriented book, let's say. I got kind of like a middle grade book, for kids. I got a journalistic book. The other 2 are like fiction-ish novels. And I got like a journalistic, like, serious book. And I kind of just, depending on my mood, I'll hop around and I'll write in different ones. And they're all close to, if not pretty much completely done with a first draft. One of them I just started. But regardless, like, I could take time to finish those and have more of that steady monthly income. You got, instead of 1 book, you got a couple books out. Like, eventually that can start to make an impact on your life. That can be game-changing money at a certain point. Got a new NFT project ready to drop, like, graphic design work, like there's Fiverr and Freelancer and there's all this shit that I could be doing that can maintain, between all of them, where I think I can wake up and just be okay. What do I want to work on today? And I feel like that's where I want to be. That's the dream, is to just wake up and create something. But I got to balance that with being able to afford a life for me and the kids too. So, that's where the other brain comes in and kind of checks me and says I need that stability. So I can tell you, like, after work and weekends isn't enough. I accomplish a lot on the weekends and after work, but I can just imagine, like, the extra money I could bring in if I had full time to devote to it. But then, it kind of going back to being midlife crisis-y, like, sometimes I even think, like, if I had to go back to work, like, if I had to pick a different job even, I'd want to do, like, something like heating and cooling or plumbing or fucking some sort of trade even. You know what I mean? An electrician? Like, I had a dude come over and fix my stove, right? And this motherfucker charged me like $370 to fix my fucking stove. And he said it was just like him and his son that do it. You know, it's just a mom and pop, but a dad and son type business. And like, shit, you know, I could go learn to be an electrician and then just go fix people's stoves if I had to. Like, not that I want to do that. And that's where the midlife crisis comes in. I'm a little bit lost. I'm feeling lost. I don't know exactly what I want to do. But I know what I'm doing right now doesn't make me happy. And I know that it's not sustainable. Like I'm not going to be able to retire doing what I'm doing right now. I'm just not. So I gotta figure out something, and I gotta make a change at some point in my life. And I don't know what that looks like or when that is or how that will work. But that's the plan, you know? So I haven't quite figured it out, but it's heavy on my mind. It's weighing heavy on my mind. And that's why I do this audio journal here, to just kind of have a place where I can vent and just sort of get these sort of thoughts out, you know? And I think some of you guys got to be able to relate to that. I think there's a chunk of you that'll listen to this and know exactly how I'm feeling, because you're right there with me. I hope everybody's doing good. I hope people don't. I hope we can find a way as a society, because whether it might not be the exact same situation that I'm in, as far as like you're living your purpose and your work path and your income and your just, what you're doing with your life necessarily, but I think a lot of people are depressed right now. A lot of people are going through shit right now. Mental health is a huge thing right now, for everybody. I don't, like I said last week, I don't know too many people that are living their best life right now. And that makes me sad, because I want to see people. It's awesome when people are doing their best, you know? I don't like seeing everybody all sad and depressed and weird. And it's a weird, dark, gloomy, gross world out there, a very divided world, very hateful, negative world out there that we're all trying to navigate and live through. And so I hope y'all are doing okay. Take care of your mental health. Do what you can to stay motivated, stay happy, get through your day, and just keep grinding and keep doing you, you know? Anyway, that's all we got here for today. Some of these will be a little bit longer. Some of them will be a little bit shorter. Just depends what I got on my mind, what I want to talk about, you know? But I think we thoroughly made our way through this. I'm sorry if I sound a little... My cat is just trying to climb on everything and just be the biggest asshole right now. So he's distracted me. I'm trying to think and talk and keep speaking, because this is unedited, right? So I don't want to stop and just have to like record. So my cat's like literally biting my hand right now. He's in super like psycho play mode right now. Keeps jumping up on my table where my computer is and everything, and he's just being like the biggest dick right now. And he's trying to eat my hand legit because he thinks we're playing. He likes to roughhouse. Obviously, a cat could bite the fuck out of me and make me bleed and everything. He doesn't bite hard like that, but he bites hard enough. You know, I think he was taken a little too early from his brothers and sisters as a kitten, to where like they learn the little play biting and stuff. Like he play bites, like I said, he's not trying to draw blood or anything, but he still bites so hard. You know, it'll definitely leave scratches and stuff like that. Like it doesn't. I was thinking I need to go on Amazon and order like a chain link glove or some kind of Kevlar, like meshed, thick, rugged glove type thing where I can scrap with them a little bit, you know, and play with them and let them eat my hand without it actually ouching me. But cat problems, you know. Do you guys got cats? Do your cats eat your hands and jump up on your tables? Anyway, that's enough for this episode. Thank you guys for listening. If you made it all the way through, check out some of my other stuff I got going on. If you're watching on YouTube, watch some of the other videos. We got back issue podcasts of other shows that I've done, including the Underground Sound podcast. All the episodes are up on YouTube and up on the podcast feed itself. I do have a main podcast feed called Seth Grimes Audio, or you can just search Seth Grimes Media on Spotify and Google, and you'll be able to pull up back issues of like the Underground Sound, where I interviewed all kinds of wrestlers and rappers and people I worked with during my previous life as a rapper and wrestling promoter. So a lot of cool, fun stuff there. I got reviews and shit up on the YouTube channel. I got a book. I plugged it earlier. You can find it on Amazon, Audible, Kindle. The Gathering, A Bold Journey into the Belly of the Juggalo Underworld. It's very fun read. I recommend the audio version. It's very fun. The narrator's the shit. But it's a fun story. It's a good read. It's a short read. You'll love it. I think you will. I'm pretty proud of that. I got NFT projects if you're into NFTs or crypto. It's Crypyomania. You can find it at cryptomania.com. Be the best way to go check it out. Just go to cryptomanianft.com. My bad. Cryptomanianft.com. You're going to see our Russell Pals collection there. We got another collection coming out soon of something different, but wrestling related. They're wrestling related NFTs. It's fun. What else? The Pro Wrestling Podcast is making its return. That'll be out tomorrow. If you're listening to this live, or not live, but on Saturday. It comes out every Sunday. That's being brought back. So keep an eye out for that. I actually got a pre-recorded clip up for that now. So there's some breaking news this week. Just check out my shit. Follow, like, subscribe. You can follow me at Seth Grimes Media, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Well, it's not at Seth Grimes Media on YouTube. It's United Underworld Media. But whatever. I got a lot of shit to plug. Just fuck off. Give me a break here. But that's it. I'll let you go. Appreciate your time. You have a wonderful weekend. Thanks for hanging out with me and just hearing me fucking babble about my boring life, right? Peace, love, and pizza. I'm Seth Grimes.